First contact. The bustling spaceport of New Horizon hummed with activity as Captain Sarah Chen stepped off her shuttle. The gleaming metal and glass structures stretched towards the stars, a testament to humanity's relentless drive to explore the cosmos. Sarah adjusted her uniform, the insignia of the United Earth Space Force catching the light of the system's twin suns. Captain Chen, a voice called out. Sarah turned to see her first officer, Lieutenant Marcus Rodriguez, jogging towards her. The alien delegation has arrived early. They're waiting in the conference room. Sarah's heart raced. After decades of searching, humanity had finally made contact with an advanced alien civilization. The Zarkoni, as they called themselves, had reached out just months ago, expressing a desire for peaceful relations and cultural exchange. "Thank you, Marcus," Sarah replied, straightening her posture. "Let's not keep our guests waiting." As they walked briskly through the spaceport, Sarah couldn't help but marvel at the diversity of humanity on display. People of all ethnicities and backgrounds mingled, united in their shared identity as citizens of Earth. It filled her with pride, knowing that despite their differences, humans had overcome so much to reach the stars. The conference room doors slid open with a soft hiss. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she laid eyes on the Zarkoni for the first time. They were tall, easily 7 feet, with iridescent blue skin that seemed to shimmer in the light. Their eyes were large and almond-shaped, filled with an intelligence that was both familiar and alien. "Greetings, Captain Chen," the lead Zarkoni said, its voice a melodious trill. "I am Ambassador Zarkel. We are honored to meet you." Sarah stepped forward, extending her hand in the traditional Earth greeting. "The honor is ours, Ambassador. Welcome to New Horizon." As Zarkel's 3-fingered hand grasped hers, Sarah felt a jolt of excitement. This was history in the making. The next few hours were a whirlwind of introductions and preliminary discussions. The Zarkoni were eager to learn about human culture, asking questions about everything from Earth's religions to its cuisines. In turn, Sarah and her team inquired about Zarkoni technology and social structures. It wasn't until late in the meeting that Sarah noticed something odd. Ambassador Zarkel seemed distracted, its large eyes constantly darting to the corners of the room. The other Zarkoni delegates appeared on edge as well. "Is everything all right, Ambassador?" Sarah asked, her instincts on high alert. Zarkel hesitated, its shimmering skin rippling in what Sarah assumed was the alien equivalent of a nervous twitch. "Captain Chen, there is something we must discuss. A matter of great urgency." The atmosphere in the room shifted instantly. Marcus tensed beside her, hand instinctively moving towards his sidearm. "We're listening," Sarah said, her voice calm but firm. Zarkel's next words sent a chill down Sarah's spine. "Your species is in grave danger. We didn't come here just for cultural exchange. We came to warn you." Sarah leaned forward, her mind racing. "Warn us about what?" "There is another race out there, Captain. One that sees newly spacefaring species like yours as nothing more than prey. They call themselves the Harvesters, and they're coming for Earth." The room erupted into a flurry of questions and exclamations. Sarah raised a hand, silencing her team. "How long do we have?" Zarkel's expression was grim. "Months at most. Their fleet is vast, their technology far beyond your own. We've been monitoring their movements, trying to find a way to stop them, but..." "But what?" Sarah pressed. "We've failed. Every civilization we've tried to protect has fallen. Earth is next on their list." Sarah felt the weight of her entire species resting on her shoulders. The excitement of first contact had given way to a nightmare scenario. But as she looked around at her team, at the determination in their eyes, she felt a surge of defiance. "With all due respect, Ambassador," Sarah said, her voice steady, "humanity isn't going down without a fight. We've faced extinction-level threats before, and we've always found a way to survive." Zarkel seemed taken aback by her resolve. "But Captain, you don't understand. The Harvesters have technology that we'll need to study," Sarah interrupted. Ambassador, you came here to warn us, and for that, we're grateful. But now I'm asking for your help. Work with us. Share what you know about the Harvesters. Together, we might stand a chance. The Zarkoni delegates exchanged looks of surprise, and Sarah noted with satisfaction a glimmer of hope. You truly believe you can defeat them? Zarkel asked, a note of wonder in its voice. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. I believe we have to try. And if there's one thing you should know about humans, Ambassador, it's that we don't give up easily. As the meeting adjourned and plans were made to brief Earth's leadership, Sarah felt a mix of fear and determination. The coming months would test humanity like never before, but looking at the unlikely alliance forming between humans and Zarkoni, she dared to hope. The Harvesters were coming, but humanity would be ready. The stars themselves would bear witness to their stand against the darkness, and Sarah Chen, captain and now reluctant leader in Earth's darkest hour, silently vowed that this would not be the end of her species' story. It would be a new beginning, the forge of unity. As dawn broke over New Horizon, the spaceport hummed with an energy unlike anything in human history. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the command center's panoramic window, watching as Zarkoni ships seamlessly integrated with Earth's defense fleet. The sight was both awe-inspiring and surreal. Captain, Lieutenant Rodriguez called out, the global broadcast is ready. Leaders from every nation are standing by. Sarah took a deep breath, straightening her uniform. It's time. The command center's main screen flickered to life, revealing a mosaic of faces representing Earth's diverse leadership. Sarah's voice rang out, clear and determined. People of Earth, today marks a turning point in human history. We are not alone in the universe, and we face a threat beyond our wildest imagination. But in this darkest hour, we have found allies. The Zarkoni have risked everything to warn us of the coming storm. Now we must unite as never before. As Sarah spoke, images flashed across screens worldwide. Zarkoni engineers working alongside human scientists, strange alien technology being integrated into Earth's defenses, and the looming threat of the Harvester Armada, represented by ominous silhouettes against starry backgrounds. We have mere months to prepare for an enemy that has never known defeat, but they have never faced humanity. We are survivors, innovators, dreamers, and now we will become warriors. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Across the globe, people rallied to the cause. Former rivals set aside differences, pooling resources and knowledge. The next week saw an unprecedented surge of technological advancement as human ingenuity combined with Zarkoni wisdom. Project Prometheus was born, a bold plan to create a planetary shield using a network of satellites infused with Zarkoni energy manipulation technology. Meanwhile, Operation Ares focused on developing weapons capable of piercing Harvester defenses. But it was the Lazarus Initiative that truly showcased humanity's unique approach. Led by Dr. Usha Patel, a brilliant neuroscientist, the project aimed to unravel the biology of the Harvesters themselves. If we can't outgun them, Dr. Patel explained during a high-level briefing, we'll outsmart them. Every species has weaknesses. We just need to find theirs. Weeks turned into months, and Earth transformed. Sprawling cities became fortresses, deserts housed hidden bunkers, and the oceans concealed vast underwater facilities. The planet was becoming a trap, lying in wait for its would-be destroyers. Yet amidst the feverish preparations, cultural exchange flourished. Humans and Zarkoni found common ground in art, music, and shared hopes for the future. A popular vid-stream show, Cosmic Cuisine, showcased chefs from both species attempting to cook each other's dishes, often with hilarious results. But as the estimated arrival of the Harvester fleet drew near, tension mounted. The planetary shield was only at 60% capacity. The new weapons remained largely untested, and Dr. Patel's team had yet to find the biological breakthrough they sought. It was during this critical period that disaster struck. A massive solar flare knocked out communications satellites and disrupted the shield's power grid. As systems worldwide went dark, panic began to spread. Sarah found herself in the heart of New Shanghai, coordinating emergency responders when the first riots broke out. The streets were chaos, fear threatening to undo months of progress. Suddenly, a melodic trail cut through the noise. A group of Zarkoni, led by Ambassador Zarkel himself, began to sing. The haunting, otherworldly music washed over the crowd, calming the human mob. As the last notes faded, Zarkel spoke. "Friends, we have traveled across the stars to stand with you. Do not let fear divide us now. Together, we are stronger than any force in the universe." The moment was captured by a lone journalist's holocam, broadcasting live across the planet. It became a rallying cry, a symbol of the unprecedented alliance. In the days that followed, recovery efforts redoubled. Humans and Zarkoni worked side by side, repairing damage and strengthening defenses. The setback had only served to fuel their determination. As systems came back online, a startling discovery was made. The solar flare had revealed a hidden Harvester scout ship in orbit. The enemy was already here, silently observing. Sarah stood in the war room, surrounded by holographic displays showing the scout ship's position. "This changes everything," she said, her mind racing. "But it also gives us an opportunity." A daring plan was formed. A small team would infiltrate a scout ship, led by Sarah herself. Their mission: to gather intelligence and, if possible, capture Harvester technology. As Sarah boarded the stealth shuttle, she turned to Dr. Patel, who would be accompanying her. "Ready to make history, Doctor?" Aisha grinned, her eyes shining with a mix of fear and excitement. "Born ready, Captain." The shuttle detached from the station, cloaked in experimental stealth technology. As they approached the alien vessel, Sarah's comm crackled to life. It was Zarkel. "Captain Chen, may the stars guide you. Remember, you carry the hopes of two worlds with you." Sarah nodded, even though the ambassador couldn't see her. "We won't let you down." As the shuttle docked with the Harvester ship, alarms blared. They had been detected. The mission had just become a fight for survival. Sarah unholstered her weapon, a prototype fusion pistol. "Stay close," she ordered her team. "We're about to meet the enemy face to face." The airlock hissed open, revealing a nightmarish interior of biomechanical corridors. Strange, shittering sounds echoed in the distance. Sarah took a deep breath and stepped forward into the unknown. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, now rested on what they would discover within the belly of the beast. The Quantum Gambit. The interior of the Harvester scout ship was a nightmarish fusion of organic and mechanical elements. Pulsating veins of bioluminescent fluid ran through walls that seemed to breathe, while strange, chittering sounds echoed from unseen chambers. Captain Sarah Chen led her team through the alien corridors, every sense on high alert. "Dr. Patel, what are we looking at here?" Sarah whispered, her fusion pistol at the ready. Aisha's eyes were wide with a mixture of horror and fascination as she scanned the surroundings with a handheld device. "It's incredible. The entire ship seems to be a single, interconnected organism. I've never seen anything like it." Suddenly, a piercing shriek filled the air. Sarah spun around to see a grotesque creature rounding the corner, part insectoid, part machine, with multiple appendages ending in vicious-looking tools and weapons. "Contact!" Sarah shouted, opening fire. The fusion pistol's energy blast struck the Harvester, causing its exoskeleton to bubble and melt. But more were coming. "Fall back to the shuttle," Sarah ordered, laying down cover fire as her team retreated. But as they neared the airlock, Dr. Patel stumbled, her device clattering to the floor. Sarah watched in horror as a Harvester loomed over the scientist, its maw opening to reveal rows of metallic teeth. Without hesitation, Sarah charged forward, tackling the alien behemoth. They tumbled to the ground in a tangle of limbs, human and alien. Sarah felt a searing pain in her side as one of the creature's appendages sliced through her suit. "Captain, Aisha cried out, scrambling for the fallen fusion pistol. Sara grappled with the harvester, its inhuman strength threatening to overwhelm her. But as its face drew close to hers, time seemed to slow. In its multifaceted eyes, Sara saw something unexpected, intelligence, and perhaps even a flicker of fear. A blast from the fusion pistol sent the creature reeling back. Aisha helped Sara to her feet, and they made a final dash for the shuttle. As the airlock sealed behind them, Sara collapsed into a seat, clutching her wounded side. "Get us out of here," she ordered through gritted teeth. The shuttle detached from the harvester ship, narrowly avoiding energy blasts as it sped back towards Earth. As Aisha tended to Sara's injury, the captain's mind raced. Despite the close call, they had gained valuable intelligence, and Sara's encounter with the harvester had given her an idea. Back at New Horizon, Sara stood before the combined Earth-Zarkoni War Council, her side still bandaged, but her eyes blazing with determination. "The harvesters aren't just mindless destroyers," she explained. "There's intelligence behind those eyes, which means they can be reasoned with or manipulated." She turned to Dr. Patel, who stepped forward with barely contained excitement. "Captain Chen's observation aligns with what we've discovered from the data we gathered. The harvesters operate on a hive mind, linked through quantum entanglement. But here's the kicker: their consciousness exists in a state of quantum superposition." Murmurs of confusion rippled through the council. Sara held up a hand for silence. "In simple terms, it means their minds exist in multiple states at once. Dr. Patel believes we can use this to our advantage." Aisha nodded eagerly. "If we can create a quantum interference pattern at just the right frequency, we might be able to disrupt their hive mind. Essentially, we'd be giving them an existential crisis on a galactic scale." The council chamber erupted in a mixture of hope and skepticism. Ambassador Zarkel's voice cut through the din. "But how can we generate a quantum field powerful enough to affect their entire fleet?" Sara's lips curved into a smile. "That's where Project Prometheus comes in. We're going to turn our planetary shield into the biggest quantum broadcaster in the galaxy." The next weeks were a frenzy of activity. Every available scientist and engineer, human and Zarkoni alike, worked around the clock to modify the shield generators. Meanwhile, Sara oversaw the integration of this new quantum gambit into their overall defense strategy. As the estimated arrival of the Harvester fleet drew near, an unexpected message arrived from deep space. It was a transmission from another alien race, one previously unknown to both humans and Zarkoni. They called themselves the Etheri, beings of pure energy who had long observed the galaxy from afar. "We have watched your preparations with great interest," the ethereal voice said. "Your courage in the face of overwhelming odds has moved us. We offer our assistance in your coming battle." With the Etheri's advanced knowledge of quantum mechanics, the modifications to Project Prometheus accelerated dramatically. The day of reckoning approached, and Earth stood ready. As the Harvester fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel, filling Earth's skies with their ominous shapes, Sara gave the order to activate the quantum gambit. The planetary shield shimmered with otherworldly energy, sending out waves of quantum interference. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, the Harvester ships began to move erratically. On the command center's main screen, the face of a Harvester appeared, but it was unlike any they had seen before. Its eyes were filled with confusion and wonder. What have you done to us?" the creature asked, its voice a mixture of mechanical and organic sounds. We are. Sara stepped forward, her voice steady. "You are individuals now. You have a choice. You don't have to be destroyers anymore." The Harvester's expression shifted, cycles through a range of emotions previously unseen in their kind. "A choice. We have never had a choice before." As the quantum field continued to disrupt the Harvester hive mind, more and more of the alien ships stood down. The few that continued to attack was swiftly neutralized by Earth's combined defenses. In the days that followed, an uneasy peace settled over the solar system. The harvesters, now individuals with free will, grappled with their new existence. Many chose to leave, seeking to explore the galaxy with new eyes. Others remained, eager to learn from the species they had once sought to destroy. Sarah stood on the observation deck of New Horizon, watching as harvester ships departed peacefully alongside Zarkoni vessels. Ambassador Zarkel joined her, its iridescent skin shimmering with emotion. "You have done the impossible, Captain Chen," Zarkel said. "You have not only saved your world, but transformed an entire species." Sarah shook her head, a wry smile on her face. "We did it together. Humans, Zarkoni, Ethery, and now even the harvesters. We're stronger united than we ever were apart." As they gazed out at the stars, Sarah couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. The galaxy had opened up in ways they could never have imagined. New alliances, new challenges, and new frontiers awaited. The quantum gambit had changed everything, and humanity, having faced its greatest threat, was ready to take its place among the stars. The cosmic crucible. The years following the quantum gambit saw unprecedented changes across the galaxy. Earth, once an isolated bastion of humanity, had become a nexus of interstellar diplomacy and cultural exchange. The newly individualized harvesters, the enigmatic Zarkoni, and the energy-based Etheri all established embassies on the blue planet, transforming it into a cosmic melting pot. Captain Sarah Chen, now Admiral Chen, found herself at the center of this new galactic order. As she strode through the halls of the United Galaxy Council headquarters in New Geneva, she marveled at how far they'd come. "Admiral," a familiar voice called out. Sarah turned to see Dr. Uta Patel, her old friend and now head of the Interspecies Scientific Cooperative. "The Harvester delegation is requesting your presence. It seems urgent." Sarah nodded, a slight furrow in her brow. Despite years of peaceful coexistence, dealings with the former hive mind species were always unpredictable. As she entered the conference room, she was greeted by Exilith, the harvester representative. Its biomechanical form had evolved over the years, becoming sleeker and more expressive. "Admiral Chen," Exilith's voice resonated with a mix of organic and synthetic tones. "We've detected something troubling." A holographic display sprang to life, showing a region of space near the galactic core. Strange energy readings pulsed and swirled, unlike anything Sarah had seen before. "What am I looking at, Exilith?" Sarah asked, her eyes narrowing as she studied the anomaly. "We believe it to be the awakening of an ancient force," Exilith replied, its multiple eyes blinking in rapid succession. "In our shared consciousness, before the quantum gambit, there were whispers. Legends of a power that sleeps at the heart of galaxies. We called it the Cosmic Devourer." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. "And you think this anomaly is this Devourer?" Exilith's form shimmered, a sign of agitation. "We are certain, and it's not just awakening in our galaxy. Our long-range sensors detect similar phenomena in neighboring galaxies. It's as if something is triggering them simultaneously." The implications were staggering. A threat not just to their galaxy, but to the entire universe. Sarah's mind raced, already formulating strategies and contingencies. "We need to convene an emergency session of the United Galaxy Council," Sarah declared. "This is bigger than any one species or civilization." Within hours, representatives from every known spacefaring race were gathered in the grand chamber of the UGC. The atmosphere was tense as Sarah presented the harvester's findings. Ambassador Zarkel was the first to speak after the presentation. "If this cosmic devourer is as powerful as the legends suggest, how can we hope to stop it?" An Etheri representative, a being of pure energy housed in a containment suit, floated forward. "Perhaps it is not about stopping it, but understanding it. Our race has long studied the fundamental forces of the universe. This devourer may be a natural part of cosmic evolution." Debates raged for days. Some races advocated for immediate military action, while others pushed for scientific study. It was Dr. Petal who finally proposed a solution that bridged the divide. What if we could communicate with it? Aisha's voice cut through the arguments. All eyes turned to her. We've made incredible strides in quantum communication. If this entity exists in multiple galaxies simultaneously, it must operate on a quantum level beyond our current understanding, but not beyond our ability to reach. Sarah felt a surge of pride in her old friend. It was the kind of audacious, uniquely human idea that had saved them before. What do you propose, Doctor? Aisha's eyes gleamed with excitement. A quantum resonance array. We'd need to construct massive transmitters at strategic points throughout the galaxy, all working in harmony to create a quantum field capable of reaching the cosmic devourer's consciousness. The chamber erupted in a mix of excitement and skepticism, but as the details of the plan were laid out, a sense of hope began to grow. This was no longer about one planet or one species. It was about the survival of all life in the universe. The next months saw a flurry of activity unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. Harvester biotechnology merged with Zarkomi energy manipulation and human ingenuity to create the quantum resonance arrays. The Aetheri provided crucial insights into the nature of cosmic consciousness, while other races contributed resources and manpower. As the anomaly at the galactic core grew, threatening to tear reality itself apart, the first test of the quantum resonance array was initiated. Sarah stood in the control room of the primary array, her hand hovering over the activation switch. All arrays report ready, Admiral. Lieutenant Rodriguez, now a distinguished commander in his own right, reported. Sarah took a deep breath. Let's hope this works, for all our sakes. She pressed the button. The quantum resonance array hummed to life, sending waves of energy rippling through the fabric of space-time. For several tense moments, nothing seemed to happen. Then suddenly, the main screen erupted in a kaleidoscope of colors and patterns. A voice, if it could be called that, filled the room. It was not sound, but pure thought, resonating in the minds of everyone present. We are, you are, all is one. The cosmic devourer, it turned out, was not a destroyer but a collector. A being of unimaginable complexity that absorbed the combined knowledge and experiences of entire galaxies. It was a crucial part of the universe's life cycle, ensuring that nothing was truly lost as cosmic eons passed. Through the quantum resonance array, Sarah and her team were able to negotiate with the entity. They proposed a symbiosis, a way for the devourer to fulfill its cosmic role without the wholesale destruction of civilizations. In the end, a grand bargain was struck. The united races of the galaxy would act as curators, collecting and preserving the essence of their cultures and knowledge. When the time came, eons in the future, they would offer this cosmic library to the devourer willingly. As the crisis passed and the anomaly at the galactic core stabilized, Sarah found herself once again gazing out at the stars. Ambassador Zarkel joined her, its iridescent skin reflecting the starlight. You've done it again, Sarah, Zarkel said, using her first name, a sign of how far their friendship had come. You've saved not just a world, but entire galaxies. Sarah shook her head, a smile playing on her lips. We did it together. All of us, human, Zarkoni, Harvester, Aetheri, even the cosmic devourer itself. We're all part of something greater than ourselves. As they stood there, contemplating the vast cosmos, Sarah couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder. The universe was stranger and more magnificent than they had ever imagined, and humanity, once a small, isolated species on a tiny blue planet, was now an integral part of its grand design. The cosmic crucible had forged a new destiny for all sentient life, and whatever challenges lay ahead, Sarah knew that together they would face them with courage, creativity, and an unbreakable spirit of unity. The Nexus Protocol. As the dust settled from the cosmic crucible, a new era of galactic cooperation dawned. The United Galaxy Council, once a fledgling alliance, had transformed into a beacon of unity across the cosmos. At its heart stood Admiral Sarah Chen, her legend growing with each passing cycle. But peace, as Sarah well knew, was often just the quiet before the storm. It began with whispers from the outer rim, strange disappearances of entire star systems, leaving behind only eerie silence and cosmic dust. Initial probes found no trace of the cosmic devourer's influence, nor any known hostile species. As reports flooded in, Sarah found herself in a familiar position, standing before the UGC, delivering news that would shake the foundations of their newfound utopia. "Distinguished representatives," Sarah began, her voice steady despite the weight of her words, "we face a threat unlike any we've encountered before. Something is erasing entire civilizations from existence, not just destroying them, but removing all traces that they ever existed." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien voices, each species expressing shock and fear in their unique way. Sarah raised a hand, calling for silence. "We've dubbed this phenomenon the Void. Our best scientists, including Dr. Patel, believe it's not a natural occurrence, but the result of incredibly advanced technology." Dr. Aisha Patel stepped forward, her holographic form flickering slightly as it addressed the council. "We've detected traces of exotic particles at the edge of affected areas. They seem to be remnants of what we're calling anti-time, a force that doesn't just destroy matter, but erases its very history from the fabric of space-time." The implications were staggering. Entire species, their cultures, their contributions to the galaxy, all could be wiped from existence as if they had never been. Axelith, the harvester representative, its biomechanical form humming with agitation, spoke up. "This technology, it bears similarities to theoretical weapons our hive once considered before the quantum gambit. We called it the Oblivion Engine." A hush fell over the chamber. Sarah's mind raced, connecting dots. "Axelith, are you saying the harvesters might be behind this?" The alien's multiple eyes blinked rapidly. "No, Admiral. But there were other hives. Splinter groups that rejected individuality. We thought them long gone, but perhaps—" Sarah nodded grimly. "They've been biding their time, perfecting the ultimate weapon." The next months were a whirlwind of activity. The combined scientific minds of the galaxy worked tirelessly to develop defenses against the Void. Meanwhile, Sarah led a task force to track down the rogue harvesters. Their search led them to the very edges of known space, to a massive artificial structure hidden in the shadow of a dying star. As Sarah's fleet approached, a transmission crackled through. "Ah, the great unifier arrives," a voice dripping with disdain filled the bridge. On the view screen, a harvester unlike any Sarah had seen before appeared. It was larger, more grotesque, a twisted evolution of its species. "I am Omega, last true voice of the harvester race," it declared. "You took our purpose, our unity. Now we will take everything." Sarah stood tall, her voice unwavering. "It doesn't have to be this way. Join us. There's a place for you in our alliance." Omega's laughter was a chilling mix of organic and mechanical sounds. "Your alliance is a cosmic joke. The universe demands order, purity. We will reset creation itself, become its new architects." The transmission cut off, and Omega's forces attacked. The battle that ensued was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Void weapons tore holes in reality, erasing entire ships from existence. But Sarah's fleet had a secret weapon of their own. Dr. Patel, working with Aetheri scientists, had developed the Nexus Protocol, a quantum field that preserved information even as matter was erased. As the battle raged, Sarah realized that conventional tactics wouldn't win the day. She needed to think bigger. "All ships, converge on my position," she ordered. "Divert all power to the Nexus Protocol generators." Her plan was audacious, perhaps suicidal. By creating a massive, overlapping field of quantum preservation, they might be able to contain the void effects and turn Omega's weapon against itself. As Sarah's fleet formed a tight formation around Omega's structure, void weapons blazing, reality itself seemed to warp and twist. Stars blinked out of existence, only to reappear moments later. In the heart of the maelstrom, Sarah's ship established a direct link to Omega's command center. The twisted harvester's face filled the screen once more. "You cannot stop the inevitable," Omega snarled. "The old order will fall." Sarah's eyes blazed with determination. "You're right about one thing. The old order is ending, but not in the way you think." With a nod to her crew, Sarah activated the Nexus protocol at full power. A blinding light engulfed both fleets, and for a moment, it seemed as if the entire universe held its breath. When the light faded, Sarah found herself everywhere. Her consciousness expanded, merging with every being caught in the Nexus field. Humans, Zarkoni, Ethery, reformed harvesters, and yes, even Omega and its followers. In that moment of cosmic unity, barriers fell away. The pain, the fear, the misunderstandings that had driven Omega to such extremes were laid bare. And with understanding came healing. As the effects subsided and individual consciousness reasserted itself, Sarah found herself back on her ship's bridge. But she was forever changed. Looking around, she could see in her crew's eyes that they had experienced the same transcendent moment. Omega's face appeared on the screen once more, but the hatred was gone from its eyes, replaced by wonder and remorse. I understand now," it said softly. "What we nearly destroyed, it's beautiful." In the days that followed, the galaxy reeled from the aftermath of the battle. The void weapons were dismantled, their technology repurposed to heal the scars they had left on the cosmos. But the true change was within the hearts and minds of every being who had experienced the Nexus protocol. Barriers between species fell away. Ancient grudges were forgotten. The galaxy was united as never before. As Sarah stood before the UGC-1 final time, preparing to step down from her role, she looked out at the assembled representatives with a sense of profound peace. "We faced world-ending threats, cosmic forces beyond comprehension, and the darkness that lurks within our own hearts," she said. "But through it all, we've discovered a fundamental truth. We are stronger together than we ever were apart." She gestured to the stars visible through the chamber's grand windows. "The universe is vast, full of wonders and dangers we have yet to imagine. But whatever comes next, we'll face it as one, not just as allies, but as a true galactic family." As applause filled the chamber, Sarah felt a familiar presence beside her. Dr. Patel, Exlith, Ambassador Zarkel, friends who had become closer than family through their shared adventures. "So," as she said with a grin, ready for a quiet retirement. Sarah laughed, her eyes twinkling with the light of distant stars. "Somehow, old friend, I doubt the universe is done with us yet." As if in answer, a shimmering portal opened in the center of the chamber. Through it, they could see vistas of unimaginable beauty, new galaxies, new realms of existence beckoning to be explored. Sarah stepped forward, her heart soaring with possibilities. Who's up for one more adventure? And together, united in purpose and bound by bonds stronger than any force in the cosmos, they stepped into the unknown, ready to write the next chapter in the grand story of life itself. The legend of Sarah Chen and the Nexus Protocol would echo through eternity, a testament to the indomitable spirit of life in all its forms and the power of unity in the face of cosmic challenges.